Hello everybody and welcome back to yet again another episode on the Bonsaicraft server. I am your host, CoralBonsai, looking spiffy in my new skin. Today's episode is a fun one, but it's kinda long, so I'm re-recording the intro, and that's why I'm standing here. We work on building our bank today, finally, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. There's a lot of time lapses. It's a fun one, so stick around. Progress update. We are doing all right on our resources, but we need more white concrete. I actually just started working on that portion of the build, and I know that I didn't have that much to start out with, but we need a little bit more. We also, this area right here, I didn't have any to start out with, so I'm kind of doing this progress update because I'm waiting for this stuff. These are going to be stone bricks, and they're going to be pillars going up, and then we also need smooth stone half slabs, I think. But yeah, this is the build we got going on so far. I'm hoping you guys are liking it. I put a lot of thought into this build to make it so even though it is a square build, it still looks nice, clean, and expensive, but it also has some depth to it. I absolutely love end rods. Like, these things are fantastic, and I did not realize you could craft them until I was watching a YouTuber the other day, and he was like, huh, I didn't know I could craft these. And I was like, no way. And he actually came up with a pretty cool way of getting them with automatic coarse fruit farms and a blaze farm that is phenomenal. So I'll have to see if I can find that same concept design, and maybe in our next episode we should work on building that. However, I am hoping you guys enjoy the looks of this. I was just going to leave it flat like this, but I recently had the idea to put those bands on it with the concrete, and I just think it helps add a little bit more depth. As for this spot back here, the reason I didn't fill this in is because I actually have a really cool idea for this, but this is going to be a work in progress as it's definitely not getting done in this episode, and I need to redo my math. I was tinkering with the idea of making this like a little secret entrance so I can get in and out without having to destroy the build by adding doors anywhere. And in order to do that, I was going to use fence gates that are opened and then item frames on top of the fence gates, so that way they mesh up nicely with this edge right here. And then I was going to put a map in each one of the item frames, so 8 maps, and the maps were going to be of a landscape of nothing but gray concrete. However, from the math that I could figure out, a level 0 map, the smallest one you can make, is 64 chunks because it isn't... Oh, hold on. Maybe I can't do math here. So a level 0 map is 8 chunks by 8 chunks, so that's 16 chunks. Alright, let's do some math because I may have overestimated it. So 8 times 8. No, I was right. It is 8 by 8, which is 64 chunks in one map. And then if there's 64 chunks, and what is there? 16 blocks by 16 blocks. So there's 256 blocks in a chunk. 256 blocks times 64 chunks is 16,384. Okay, yes. Whew. Earlier when I did this, I messed something up because I was trying to do the math quickly, and I was getting that I was going to need over 4 million concrete blocks to do this, which 16,000 is still a massive amount, but it's not as bad. Okay, so my plans are definitely going to be to try and do that. But anyways, I figured I would show you guys right now the mechanism and the way it works since I have it set up here. Plus, I want to make sure this still works because this is actually 1 block smaller of a space than I meant it to be. So if we come here, I've got 4 diamonds. We put 1 diamond in, and we should see that was 3 clicks. So there's our 9. And then if we do that again, 1 click, 2 click, 3 click, again, 1 click, 2 click, 3 clicks, and then final time. Yeah, and there's all 4 of them. Alright, cool, it still works. And then I'll show you guys back here. So when people put in their diamonds to do that, it sends them all the way back here where I can collect them and get them back. But obviously, I'm the owner of this little town, so I don't really need these. So we're going to put them back in the dispensers. And I've been working on trying to fill those up, but it is taking so many levels. Alright though, I'm going to go check and see how our stone is doing, getting cooked back up, and then we'll get back to building as soon as it's done. Which it actually looks like it's done, so back to building it is. Okay guys, so I didn't quite know when the best time was to put in the time lapse of me actually working on the redstone, so I figured now would be a good time. I hope you guys enjoy this short little clip, and if you want to know at all how I built this, just let me know down in the comments, and I'll make a episode about how to build this little contraption sometime. Okay, well, enjoy the rest of the video. So we are actually, for the most part, done with this build. The only things left to really do are seal up this back part, which that's going to happen in a later date. And I'm actually debating if I don't want to try and do a live stream for that. If you guys think that's something you'd be interested in seeing, let me know down in the comments. And I'll look into the possibility of maybe doing that, as it's definitely going to be a long one and kind of boring to do in a normal episode. And then obviously I want to try and figure out some way to make like a nice little secure vault in here. That will also have to happen in a later episode, because I just had a crazy awesome idea of using obsidian. So that way, in case anything ever happens, like a creeper comes around and blows this place up by wandering in here, they can't actually destroy our little storage area for our diamonds, nor can they actually destroy the redstone. But outside of that, the only other thing that I really think we should try and do before the end of this episode is put a roof on this thing, but I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to hop into my testing world where I've been designing all of these and see what I can come up with. I have an idea. It's going to be expensive, but that's why we have an iron farm. And we'll see how it looks. So I'll catch you guys when I figured it out. Alrighty guys, so I think I've come up with an idea for what we can do for a roof. However, it is going to require me taking out this, which I just realized if any of those fall into the hoppers, it's going to trigger the system. But I gotta knock this all down, which doesn't mean it's going to go forever. It's actually just going to get bumped up a block, because I'm liking the idea of what I came up with. I'll show you what it is here in a second. It's definitely expensive, but you know, this is a bank, so it's kind of fitting for it to have a very expensive design. Okay. Pick all this stuff up before it despawns, because I definitely need all of it. Alright, work our way out of here. And can I do this from down here? So we got cauldrons, right? Well, here's my idea. If we place cauldrons on the roof like this, it creates this really cool effect with the feet where it looks almost like it's lit up in between the cauldrons, but it's actually not. And I think that this looks like an awesome idea for a ceiling. I've never really thought of doing this before. But you know, that's the beauty of Minecraft, is there's all these blocks that you would never think of using for flooring and ceilings until you try them. And then you realize that they're actually really cool looking blocks. So we are going to finish placing all these. And then there it is. So that is what it looks like, and that's actually what everyone's gonna see, as no one's really gonna be able to go in here except me. However, we are going to do the entirety of the inside with cauldrons, just because, figure why not. And yeah, it's expensive, but that's why we have an iron farm. So I need to craft a lot more of these, and I'm probably gonna have to visit the iron farm. So I'm gonna get off to crafting these, and I'll catch you guys when I get back from that. I apologize for this. There was actually supposed to be a time lapse of me finishing placing the entire roof in right here, but our episode is actually running way over on time than I wanted it to. So I'm trying to cut little things out and try and save every second that I can. I'm sorry if that upsets some of you guys, but you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. That's the bank all nice and finished. This is actually pretty big, pretty decent build. I'm proud of myself for this one. It looks awesome at night, might I just say. Might have to figure out that right there. It's kind of ugly. Don't really know how to fix it though, because there's redstone right there. Anyways, we got it all set up. So right here we got inside this little glass, because you know I wanted to keep it somewhat symmetrical. Got a sign, please insert one at a time. 1 diamond is 9 bonsai coins. Then we got a nice little diamond in there so people know that this is that chest that it goes in, and over here is where the bonsai coins come out. So yeah, very happy about this build. Definitely expensive, especially the ceiling. Used up basically all the iron that I had on me. So I'll have to go restock that at our iron farm. But for now, I am going to go to bed so it skips to dawn and check the recording time. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have time for today. So I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching me come up with this awesome build, which I am super proud of. Like, this is by far my favorite build. But that is all for today, so I'll catch you guys next time. See ya!